Okay, I think we're going. Hey, everybody. Very happy. Is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Very happy Tuesday to everybody. I'm going live. It means it's Tuesday or Thursday. That's generally the truth. I'm trying to remember this. Okay, I have a nice collection of stuff, including the excerpt, yet another excerpt from A Warrior Going Out from Diana's 10th book. Got a couple of kind of saucy photos from some of our cast members. And I'll look back at Sam just like being the best promoter of himself and his products and his like dreams like ever. And then you know what? You know the bridge from Blood of My Blood? Somebody found it. And we got some information on it for anybody who might be, in the mood to go check out a bridge. Okay? Okay, so we're going to get started. I do have something kind of silly to start us off with. I saw this and I thought it was great because my daughter is all about trying to get the pumpkin carvings just right. Mid-Hope Castle shares this. Come on, folks. Let's be having your pumpkin photo. We adore seeing the imaginations of the Outlander fans. You don't need to be arty. You could just dress a pumpkin up in a tartan. You can do a regular pumpkin and tag us. Get the kids to do one. Most of all, have a bit of fun. Halloween is not just for the kids. Let a bit of inner child out and tag us in it. A signed cocktail book is up for grabs by Sam. Fantastic. Okay, I need to do this and do it quick because I have the book, but I didn't get the signature one. So I'm gonna have to. Shoot, we're gonna have to do this, man. But this is cool because check it out. Apparently, I've got a message. But check this out. This is a really well done stones. It's the stones, and I love this. You know, people are better at this than I am because it looks like there's a little moon in the background, but maybe that's something else. Yeah, that is cool, and I just thought that was fantastic and fun. And it's almost Halloween. Speaking of which, don't forget to tune in Wednesday evening for our Rocky Horror Picture Show chat tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm excited for Halloween because it's also my wedding anniversary. We've been married forever. No. It's like 12 years, 13 years. I don't know. I'm bad at that. You know that? Andy the Highlander and Highlander Tours Scotland shares this. Do we see the bridge? We see the bridge. The iconic Blood of My Blood filming location. Stay tuned for more content from this stunning place. Please note, okay, this is the important information because we're like, wouldn't it be cool to go there and like have a picture? Lots of people go to Mid-Hope and take pictures. It says, please note this location was reached responsibly using the Scottish Outdoor Access Code and appears to be in an area that at times has restricted access. And as such, until landowners have been contacted, we will not be offering this as a tour location. That sucks. But the secrets are slowly being revealed as to exactly where this location is. You know what? I hope people aren't going and trying to traipse all over it because the land is owned by somebody, so it's not public land to just go take a hike. But it exists and it can be found, and with permission, you can go stand on the bridge yourself. Hopefully, eventually, they can offer it as a tour, even if it's just for a limited time or on special occasions, because that is, again, one of those really cool places that, man, that was a beautiful scene. It was really well done, and I kind of love this bridge now. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, hey, hi, Suzanne. How are you doing? Starting to get chilly in North Carolina. Yeah, it's getting chilly in here in Indiana, too. And hi, Jackie. Hi, Kathy. Hey. Another behind-the-scenes image, a couple of images here. Again, from Blood of My Blood, Outlander Forever, directing on episode 110. So, yeah, the finale. Got some of those futuristic umbrellas helping them out in Scotland, getting a little direction. And, see, going back to the stones there. At the end of season 1, I don't want to give too many spoilers for the folks who haven't watched Blood of My Blood yet, but the stones do make an appearance a couple of times in the series, at least in the first season. And so they do go back for an attempt to time travel. What happens then, we don't know yet. That'll be revealed in season 2. This is very cool behind the scenes. Got the stones. And I think the director wants to go back in time. And another one, again, Tony Curran did such, Curran, you know what? I still am not positive. He did a fantastic job as Lord Lovett. Loved hating him. Yes? I mean, he's not a bad looking guy when he looks like normal and all dressed, but the makeup they do on him just makes him look vile. He acted horribly and was kind of disgusting in his hygiene habits and such, you know. Privacy, it's important on the toilet, man. But yeah, we got, and see, we're all having a meal. I wonder if it's one of those special meals. It makes things not as active as they would be. But yeah, that's I love these behind the scenes pictures. It's always fun to see them smile and have a good time getting set up. Now, as far as behind the scenes, I don't know. Does getting an excerpt count as behind the scenes? I feel like it sort of does because it's kind of a sneak peek. But Diana Gabaldon once again has put out an excerpt for us, and I shall read this for you as best I can. Please apologize or forgive me for any mispronunciations. I apologize. I do try. I'm just sometimes really bad at it, but we're going to give this a shot. Diana Gabaldon shares an excerpt from A Blessing for a Warrior Going Out, Book 10, copyright 2025, Diana Gabaldon. And we get started. I'm somewhat late in observing Claire's birthday earlier this month, but what the heck? It's still October, so let's be a joint celebration of Claire, Elizabeth, Beecham, and Samhain, or Samhain, depending on how you want to say that. I was cleaning the objective of my microscope, simmering tea, and making lists, more or less simultaneously, when I heard someone come in through the open front door and light footsteps come pattering down the hall. I just stood up when Totus burst into my surgery. Granny Claire! He was red in the face and panting like a steam engine, trying to push words out between gasps. Papa, Granda, sit! I took him by the arm and compelled him into my rocking chair, hoping the motion would divert him long enough for him to catch his breath. I gave it a push and stepped back. His eyes went wide as the chair rocked, and luckily, so did his mouth. I could hear the whoosh of air and smiled. All right, I said, keep breathing, don't talk. 3 more good breaths, and then you can tell me what kind of mischief your dad and granddad have gotten up to. Oh, the thought suddenly occurred to me. Is a young man called William involved in whatever happened? He nodded vigorously and took his 3rd breath. Papa fell, and his leg is broken. What? I mean, where is he? Is your granddad or William with him? Yes, we were. He panted for a few seconds, swallowed, and told me the whole story, short and shocking. By the time he had finished, I had stuffed several rolls of bandages and bottles of honey water into my emergency kit and had the bag on my shoulder. I snatched the emergency bottle of whiskey from the shelf and stepped out into the hall where Totus was jittering to and fro. See, that's what we all need, an emergency bottle of whiskey. I think it's necessary, yes? Show me where they are, I said, and he vanished through the door like a hummingbird with me in clumsy pursuit. End scene. But not end of excerpt, so we're going to keep on going. Jamie and William had managed to get young Ian out of the ravine by the time I reached them. He was lying on the path, limp and white as death, and Jamie was cradling his nephew's head in his lap, wiping sweat from young Ian's face and murmuring to him in Gaelic. He looked up as I came into sight, gasping from the run, and his own face lightened. Sassenach, he said. I squeezed his shoulder and leaned on him for balance as I squatted down, gulping air. Ian was breathing too, but in short, shallow sips. Broken ribs, I thought. But that could wait. He was breathing, and it was clear that the first concern was his left leg, which quite obviously had a compound fracture. Oh, those are awful. A sharp end of blood-stained bone protruded through the torn buckskin over his shin, and more blood was slowly pooling under a leg that was bent into a position that made my flesh creep. That's terrible. Jamie's black kerchief was wrapped tightly around Ian's thigh, and he'd put a stick under the cloth and twisted it, tightening the makeshift tourniquet. The blood was crawling, at least not pulsing, and I took a deep breath and put a hand on Ian's arm, squeezing in what I hoped was reassurance. It'll be all right, Ian, I said, kneeling to rummage through my bag. It will be better soon. Take you word for it, he managed, wincing with the effort. Oh, God, yeah. I didn't bother taking his pulse. I could see it beating in the hollow of his throat, rapid but strong. We gave him a bit of water with whiskey, William said, looking anxiously at me across his cousin's body. Was that all right? Aye, it was, Ian said hoarsely. Give me some more of it, and in a fash about the water. uh, I nodded her. I nodded permission, and Jamie pulled a small canteen from his belt and lifted Ian's head. Ian choked and sputtered a bit, whiskey running down his neck, but I ignored that, feeling my way carefully down the injured leg. Ian made a noise, choked, coughed, and made another noise, louder. I think I've maybe shit myself, he said, wheezing. You know what? I don't blame him in the slightest. Compound fracture is awful. You have, Jamie assured him. No matter, your breeks are ruined anyway. I'm sorry, let me read that again. No matter, your breeks are ruined anyway. William gave a startled laugh, then clapped a hand to his mouth. Jamie didn't laugh, but a vibration of amusement passed through him and into Ian, whose mouth twitched briefly before he gasped and bit his lip as I slit the buckskin's leggings, and it felt my way down his leg once more, wrapping bandages and lint as I went to help stem the bleeding. No arteries severed yet. Find me some longish sticks, will you, William? Thick as your thumb. We'll need to straighten, well, more or less, and stabilize his leg before we try moving him. Try, she says, Ian muttered under his breath. Are the bairns all right? We're all right, Papa. Totus's voice came from directly behind me, startling me. I told Hunter he has to stay and guard Mamad, and he who is coming. Sorry, my eyes are starting to wispy at me because I was laughing. So he wouldn't try to come back with me. I brought you a blanket. He had, and I took it gratefully. It was a nice spring day, but Ian was shivering, small tremors moving over his body like the earth waves of a coming quake. He who is coming, Jamie asked Totus, though I saw his eyes were fixed on Ian's face. How do you ken it isna a she who is coming? Oh, you know what? I can't read it. I need to hear it. Says so, Totus replied confidently. Granny Jenny says it's a lassie because Mamad is carrying high, but Papa says she's just being contrary to tease the sack. Didn't say that where your granny can hear you, Jamie said automatically. His eyes moved from Ian's face to his leg and back again, and he took hold of Ian's shoulder. Breathe a bit deeper if you can, Abalak, and slower. You sound like a bluebell on a hot day. I didn't smile. The description of Ian's shallow panting was all too apt. His face and neck were slick with cold sweat. It was a miracle that he hadn't torn his femoral artery. There was almost certainly a closed fracture in the mid-thigh just below Jamie's tourniquet. Ian had clearly landed at the bottom of the ravine with all of his weight on the one leg, and, judging from the fact that he was missing the moccasin on that foot, and the foot and ankle were caked with drying mud, his foot must have jammed into the rock-strewn stream bed when he struck the ground, and his hurtling body had snapped the trapped leg in at least 3 places. Oh, you don't get any more whiskey until you drink more honey water, I told him, keeping my voice firm and steady. I felt a deep quiver in my bones, even though I wasn't touching him, and he knew he was sliding into shock. Go up to the house, Abalak, Jamie said, and calmly to Totus, who was regarding his father with visible anxiety. Tell your mamma I need her door to make a stretcher for you da. We'll come and get it once it's off the hinges. You hold the tools for her, aye? I gave Jamie the rest of the honey water from my pack to administer in sips and knelt down again beside Ian. I hated to hurt him any more, but I needed to know what else might be damaged before we moved him, and gave him something, however unpleasant, to distract him from the delusive piece of a shock that might kill him. Broken ribs? I asked. I didn't wait for an answer, but felt carefully along both sides. He gasped. His gasps of pain corresponded with a feeling on the right, where there was a disagreeable sense of yielding at odds with the solid arc of ribs on the left. A bit more padding satisfied me that the only one rib was actually broken. The side was mottled with the pale blue shadow of developing bruises. I'm sorry, I keep mussing my words. Blah, blah, blah. Bloody hell, your blood is everywhere. It's not supposed to be. Damn it. His eyes were closed and he was breathing shallowly, but his body seemed to have settled slightly, adjusting gingerly to its new fragmented state. The abyss of shock crouched still at hand, but a watchful beast not yet ready to pounce. How are you feeling, Ian? I asked more in order to keep him talking than because I needed to know. How he felt was reasonably obvious. It could be worse, Auntie, he replied between shallow gasps. I'm sure I have not broken my neck or my back. At least the snake didn't bite any of us. Snake? Jamie said, looking hastily over his shoulder. Ian laughed, but it was interrupted by a grasping groan as he clutched his injured side. Don't laugh, I told him unnecessarily. Whiskey, he managed, wheezing. And don't talk, I advised, putting Jamie's canteen to his lips. There wasn't much left, but no point in saving it for later. Jamie had pulled out his rosary, whether as protection from a snake or just general principle, and was rolling the beads gently between thumb and forefinger. I thought he wasn't telling the beads, as he put it, but he was certainly praying. So was I, in that torrent, panicked way one does in emergencies. There was nothing else I could do right now physically. The knowledge and the taste of metal settled in my stomach as though I'd swallowed cold, dirty water. Ian's hands were cold now, too, the fingertips noticeably pale. I chaffed his hands one at a time and thought I felt a small answering pulse. The hot iron smell of blood nearly eclipsed the fecal miasma surrounding us, but not quite. To be continued, because that's just... Oh, look, a picture of a snake. Credits and acknowledgments, photos. The gopher snake, I took this picture on my back porch. Not me, this is Diana. Anyone may reproduce it if they like, but please add my name, Diana Gabaldon, photographer, if you do. Okay, everybody, this is a picture. Diana took it, not me. That's her credit. Because, I'm a big credit person. I want to make sure people get what they want, what they did. Can I tell y'all real quick? My middle daughter, when she was 5 years old, and this is not a lie, was run over by a car waiting at the bus stop. She, of course, is now in her 20s and has given me a beautiful grandson, so obviously she healed and she's fine. But she had a compound fracture and 2 breaks. I swear it's kind of the opposite of what it sounds like Ian has, because his shin was the compound fracture and his thigh had the extra break. And my daughter, it was the other way around. Her thigh had the compound fracture and her shin had, had a couple breaks. She ended up having to have metal plates put in and then removed at a certain time so that she could heal properly. I will tell you the difference between an adult breaking their leg like this. It is a matter of femoral artery. Are you going to be able to heal and walk? With a child, it depends on where the breaks are, because the growth plates could have stunted her if it had been broken through the growth plates of the bones. Her leg wouldn't have grown properly once it had healed. And so she was very lucky. It sounds like Ian is going to be very lucky. He's got his auntie there who knows what she's doing and getting taken care of right away. Man, that was rough to read, though, because I'm sitting there trying not to cry, remembering my daughter 20 years ago being run over by a car. So, anywho, I hope Ian comes out of it all right. At least he's got his auntie there. That was emotional for me. I'm going to move on to some saucy, fun images shared by our Outlander cast. I got a couple of them here. 1883 Magazine and 2 others share this. From her self-proclaimed brat summer to a BBC thriller actor, Lyle, I it says Lauren Lyle 7. Lauren Lyle is in her Sex in the City era, and a darker one too. In The Ridge, she stars as Mia, an anesthetist. I always want to say anesthesiologist. Anesthetist and addict drawn into a web of grief, mystery, and New Zealand's stunning landscapes. That's too much reading for me today. I'm done. Lyle opens up to 1883 about the mental toll of the role, the show's folklore roots, and why Scottish culture is having its moment. Read more via the link in the bio. I will see if I can find that, include that later. I have no links in the bio right now. I have no links in my sources at the moment. So I'll make sure I can go find that. But I saw this, I was like, man, she's getting a little saucy here. She's got her jumper, her sweater, and no shirt underneath there with it. Just tie it up. I think we're getting a little saucy here. Do you know what I just realized? I have money. I will bet money that my audio is all messed up because it looks like it's quieter than it ought to be. But we've all been putting up with it through the whole video. If I mess with it now, it'll probably destroy something. It says it's getting it from... I disagree with my system here. But we got some saucy pictures here of her, and then it's kind of coquettish, kind of goofing around, looking a little silly, maybe. All right, everybody watch out. I'm going to raise the volume just slightly because I don't know why it reset. Y'all know audio is always fun for me. I like this. Can I say I like this cushiony duvet thing that she got going? Not a duvet, but y'all know. It reminds me of the stuff my grandma had in her house when I was growing up. And let's see what else we got. Yeah, see, I'm saying she's getting a little saucy here. Just a bit. And let's see. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty cool. Oh, I thought this was like a gown flare here. It's not. Now she standing on the... You don't stand on the cushions. But no, Lauren's having a little fun with a photo shoot. And she does... she's so versatile, really, in her look. It's fantastic. She can go from girl next door to saucy temptress with just like a look and a wardrobe change. She does a fantastic job. And I really do want to check out The Ridge. For some reason, it just makes me think of The Ridge in Outlander. It's like a weird coincidence that she's in a movie called The Ridge. But it sounds like it's it says a thriller. So it's like you wonder what's happening next kind of stuff. And I love stuff that I cannot predict. And it doesn't sound like it's going to be gory. So I'll check that one out. More saucy photos. Well, beach photos here. In our favorite bikini with our best pal. Sophie Skelton says she spent last week soaking up the final rays of autumn. Yeah, it's getting here. And Susan says it's getting chilly where she is in North Carolina. Here in Indiana, we're watching the temperatures. My daughter is highly displeased that I won't let her wear shorts to school anymore. And then I force her to wear a coat or jacket in the morning as she goes out to the bus stop. As a vicious mother who does not want a child with pneumonia, she dislikes me very much right now. But yeah, we're going to enjoy that last bit of summer when you can, that bit of autumn where it kind of accidentally hits a mildly reasonable temperature. And then that night we get frost. It's just, it's irritating, but it is, part of the way the world works. Literally the way the world works. And since I was showing the saucy ladies, I thought I have to show this one too, because, for artistic reasons. Point Blank 1959 says Sam Heughan's photo shoot for the Box magazine 2015. And she says, don't ask. If we enjoy it, nobody needs to ask. It's okay, Point Blank 1959. We're all there with you. So here's my thing, okay? We just did our first chat of season 2, for the first episode of season 2 of Outlander. And this is about that same time. And we kept remarking on the build that he has because he's getting ready for those Culloden shoots. He's got to be a robust Highlander. And so, what a good excuse for me to show this picture, right? Okay, good. I'm glad we all agree. Oh, it says, oh, Marian Hansel says that was the photo shoot where he first met Alex Neruzzi. Sam told him about NPC and Alex said he could help. From then on, they became very good friends and business partners. It's been a success story ever since. Well, that's a cool, like, little trivia tidbit. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Marian. That's very nice. And then a compilation of images. We all know, of course, that Sam has got his distillery. He has been very busy creating new spirits. Like every couple of years, he comes out with something new, and we all try to find it so we can have a taste test and see, what we can mix up and taste up here. Point Blank 1959 shared this compilation of best promoter ever from the first Sassenach whiskey tours in the U.S. to the more recent Sassenach Wild Scottish Gin bartending demos up to the cocktail diaries recipes. Sam Heughan's Instagram is where she gathered all these pictures originally. Let's check these out. This is great. So from the beginning with his Sassenach whiskey, and he's, guys, here I am. I've got my whiskey, and then we got those bartender videos last summer. Not this past summer, but the summer beforehand, I want to say. And I made a couple of compilation videos so we could watch a few of them in a row. You can check those out on this channel so you don't have to go digging through Instagram for them. And let's see what else. Yeah, and of course, we always constantly see him bartending somewhere because he's got the skills. He has the technology. Well, he has the knowledge is what he's got to do all this, which is very cool considering his side job here. It's just a hobby, but his little side job. And oh, look, he's ooh, that actually looks like a coffee kind of drink. That's interesting. I want to know, what is that one, guys? Do you know which one that is? It looks almost frothy, foamy. Maybe it's just the color or the way the light's hitting it. I don't remember that one, and I've watched a lot of his videos. just a couple. Oh, very simple there. Having a cocktail mixer with champagne. That's the one with the champagne in it, isn't it? Looks like it. And of course, lemon because I can't have lemon or the orange, I should say. For a moment there, I will admit, I thought it was a shrimp. It's probably an orange, not a shrimp. Yes, I'm very serious. Sometimes, occasionally, not today. All right, guys, that is everything I have for us today. Lots of little things and some man boobs apparently as well. I'm gonna check out what we got going on. Isabella, for the Isabella, sweetheart. As much as I wish I had a translator on here, I don't. But I appreciate your comment, hon. I appreciate you being here too. And Cynthia, hi, how you doing? Everybody's busy. Whew, okay. That's what I got, guys. Again, reminders. Every Monday we're doing season 2 reviews now. The list is already made, so there's no options. We have a Rocky Horror Picture Show list of folks who are going to be chatting with us. That includes Melissa, Cynthia, and Jackie. We are going to talk about sci-fi horror shows. And we're also not going to get "There's a Light" stuck in our head for the next day and a half, and then probably until Halloween after that. It is not going to happen. That's actually not the song that I get stuck in my head when I think about it, but we'll get into that later. So go check out Rocky Horror Picture Show and join us tomorrow evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our chat. We love the comments on the side. I do try to get over to them, but we get a bit robust in our discussion. And in fact, I'm very proud of us last night. Right up until the end, we stayed on topic. I think that was a Katie's Corner in Space review first. I'm nearly positive because we tend to tangent, but in good ways and hopefully entertaining ways. So do check that out. Of course, we've already done season 1. If you want to put that in the background while you're doing your laundry and housework or typing up reports or whatever it is that you do during the day to keep yourself busy, occupied, and productive in the world, I highly suggest it because you'll laugh at the very least at us not being civilized, well-mannered young ladies. Thanks so much for joining me here today, though, for this video. Hope you got something good out of it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, thumbs down if not. But thanks for staying this long. I really appreciate it. The watch time hours do add up. And of course, comment below and subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribing is the best way I know to make sure that you get notices, but hitting that notification bell bumps it up. And don't forget, if you like these lives, I do them every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the exception of not in 2 days Thursday, but a week from then, because I'll be driving down the road. Members, I got a video coming out for you today, raw video that I'm going to edit for that Thursday that I am missing, so that there's a little something while I'm driving down the road for y'all to look at. And my hope is that while I'm at the gathering in Sassenach City, that I will be able to go live and do an update like this from the location. I got to double check and make sure it's cool, but that is my hope. So tune in Friday for a live rather than Thursday for a live next week. Are we good? I hope so. All right, guys, thanks so much. Thank you to my members for your consistent and just really loving, caring support of this channel. I thoroughly appreciate it. Thanks, of course, to all of you who have donated to assist in my vehicle attainment and upkeep. I really thank you so much for that. I've got a little something going up on my car. I will show you guys as soon as it is up. Sharing the joy of you guys being just really generous. I really appreciate that. And I think other people should appreciate you as well. All right, Lorraine. Hi, Katie. As you know, I love your video. Thanks. Enjoy your trip. Thank you, Lorraine. I'm hoping, anybody who is also going to be at the gathering, please let me know. I'm going to try to get there early on Friday and get us a table. And hopefully we'll all make friends, and I will be able to see your faces and smiling faces, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. All right. I love you all. Be careful. Be safe out there. If you want more information about Outlander, want to check out some of our discussions, or Blood of My Blood, or Couples Next Door, there's some playlists below with some options. You choose. You decide what you'd like to watch. And, of course, no matter